Welcome back again to the new learning video. Today we are diving into a really important release in the Java universe, Java 17. Now, if you're a Java dev, you know this isn't just some minor update. Oh no. This is a version that has fundamentally changed how we build modern Java applications. So, let's get right into it.
So, I know what you might be thinking. It's just another version number, right? What's the big deal? Well, not quite. There's a very, very good reason why Java 17 stands out from the rest and has become the new gold standard for so many companies out there. And here's that reason, summed up in 3 letters. LTS, long-term support. You should think of this less as a feature release and more like a promise, a commitment. LTS means you get years of guaranteed stability, security updates, and support. And that's absolutely critical for big enterprise applications where you just can't afford any surprises. Okay, now let's get to the really good stuff. We're going to start with the features that are going to directly impact the code you write day in and day out. The things that make it cleaner, safer, and honestly, just way more fun to write. First on the list, sealed classes. For years in Java, you basically had 2 choices for your classes. You could make it final, which meant nobody could ever extend it, or you could leave it open, and literally any class could. Sealed classes give you this amazing middle ground. It's like putting a velvet rope on your class hierarchy, letting you decide exactly who's on the VIP list of permitted subclasses. So what does that mean for you in the real world? It means you have much tighter control over your code's architecture. It gives a nice boost to security by locking things down, and as we're about to see, it plays incredibly well with some of the other new features in Java 17.
A huge theme in modern Java is just getting rid of all that boilerplate code, that stuff you have to type over and over and over again. And this next feature, it's a perfect example of that philosophy.
Just take a look at this. Come on, we have all written the code on the left a million times, right? First you check the type with instanceof, then you have to explicitly cast it to a new variable. It's clunky. Java 17 just says, hey, how about we do that all in one step? It's cleaner, it's safer, and it just makes so much more sense. And that same idea of making the language smarter, well, it's been applied to the classic switch statement. This is not your old school switch anymore. It's been given a serious upgrade.
And here's a taste of what that looks like. First, notice that little arrow syntax. That immediately gets rid of the need for break statements and all those nasty fall-through bugs we've all created by accident. But the real game changer is that you can now switch on types. You can handle an integer one way, a string another, all inside the same elegant switch block. It's so powerful.
Okay, if there is one feature that just made developers everywhere stand up and cheer, it's gotta be records. Just look at that single line of code. That's it. That is the entire class definition for an immutable person object. No, I'm not kidding. Because with that one little line, the Java compiler generates all of this for you, automatically. You get the getters, a proper toString method, and correct implementations of equals and hash code. Think of all the code you don't have to write anymore. This is a massive win, especially for things like DTOs, those simple data carriers we write all the time. All right, so we've seen how Java 17 changes the code you physically type. Now let's pop the hood and look at some of the deeper, under-the-surface improvements that make the entire Java platform better, faster, and stronger.
Now this one is huge for the long-term health and stability of Java. For years, clever developers could find ways to poke around and use internal unsupported APIs inside the JDK itself. Well, Java 17 basically says the party's over and puts a stop to that by default.
So why does this matter so much? Well, it means the JDK team can now evolve and improve Java's internals without having to worry about breaking some random library that was depending on an API it was never supposed to use. It leads to a way more secure and maintainable platform for everybody.
This might sound like a minor detail, but if you're working in fields like scientific simulation, gaming, or especially cryptography, the quality of your random numbers is absolutely critical, and Java 17 delivers a brand new API for just that.
Now you don't have to be a mathematician to appreciate what's going on here. The key takeaway is that these new algorithms give you a consistent, predictable, and interchangeable set of tools for generating randomness, so you can easily pick the right tool for the right job, which is a huge improvement.
Okay, this next one is definitely for the power users. For decades, if you wanted your Java code to talk to a library written in C or C++, you had to wrestle with the Java Native Interface, or JNI. And let me tell you, it was often complex and really error-prone. This new API is designed to be its replacement.
Now, it is still in an incubator phase in Java 17, which means it's still evolving. But this API is a total game changer. It gives you a pure Java, much safer and often faster way to work with native code. This is vital for things like high-performance computing and system-level applications.
Here's a quick but really important one for all you developers on macOS. Java 17 has ripped out the old OpenGL rendering pipeline and replaced it with a new one based on Apple's modern Metal API. The bottom line? Better performance and better integration for any Java UI applications running on a Mac.
You know, sometimes improving a platform isn't about adding new features. It's about having the courage to take old ones away. Java 17 really continues the effort of cleaning house, getting rid of old, outdated, and insecure parts of the JDK.
And this slide says it all. Features like applets, which were revolutionary in the 90s, well, they're gone now. The old security manager is on its way out. This kind of cleanup makes the JDK smaller, faster to start up, and, most importantly, way more secure by reducing the number of things that could potentially be attacked.
So we have covered a ton of ground, right? We've gone from everyday coding improvements to really deep platform changes. Let's take a second to zoom out and put it all together.
This table really gives you the whole picture. On one side, you've got these incredible features that improve your daily life as a coder, making things more readable and less verbose with records and pattern matching. And on the other side, you have these powerful under-the-hood upgrades, from security lockdowns to new APIs. And the best part is, all of this is wrapped up in that stable, long-term support package that you can build on for years to come. And that really brings us to our final question, and this one is for you. Looking at this whole list, which of these features do you think is going to have the biggest impact on the way you write Java code? Is it going to be the huge reduction in boilerplate you get from records, or maybe the architectural power you get from sealed classes? Thank you so much for watching this explainer. Let us know your answer down in the comment box. I'd genuinely love to hear what you think. And of course, for more deep dives just like this one, make sure you're subscribed. We'll see you in the next one.